Here I have my softened butter. So I'm going to make the batter. You want to set it out at room temperature. So it's best to take it out for a few hours than put it in the microwave to melt it. Then it's going to get too soft and runny. So I'm just mixing it out so it gets soft. I went ahead and add the sugar. I use brown sugar. Some people use the white sugar and brown sugar together, but I use the brown sugar. So I'm going to continue to cream it out so it gets soft and fluffy. Guys, I couldn't find my spatula. So I have to be using the wooden spoon to scrape down the side, but it is what it is. So I'm just scraping down the side so everything can mix in together. So I'm going to add some eggs to this. Your eggs should also be at room temperature before you start baking your cake. I'm going to beat the eggs out lightly so it don't take a long time to mix them in. I'm gonna pour a little by little. If I didn't mix it out, I would pour it out as yolk by yolk, but since I already beat it lightly, I'm just gonna pour in a little by little and just mix it properly. So I'm going to add my lime seeds and I'll grate this from the lime itself. So I'll put in the lime seed in there. I'm gonna also add the lime juice to it. I actually squeeze my own lime instead I use the one from the bottle. But you have a choice in which one you want to do, guys. So I'm gonna scrape down the edges again so everything can be evenly distributed. So here we have our dry ingredients. I went ahead and sift the flour. So I'm going to add my baking powder, mixed spice, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt. Some people put a lot more things in their cake, but for now I put other things when I'm doing my big baking in December. For now I'm just gonna use just these simple stuff. I'm gonna mix it. After I'm finished doing that, I'm gonna mix it up. I don't want the salt to be in one area. Normally when I'm doing my big baking in December, guys, I normally put all the dry ingredients in a bag, tie it and just shake it up, you know. But for now, I just have it in a dish where I'm just using the spoon and mixing everything together. These are my fruits, guys, which I went ahead and blend already. I'm gonna pour it out. I'm gonna pour it everything in the container. Normally some people pour it a little, then put a little flour and then mix it. But me, I just throw everything one time and then start with the dry ingredients after. You're gonna cut and fold and use a little flour at a time. So see where I'm cut and fold. So you want to get the fruits and the flour together. Gonna add a little more. Sorry guys, I'm a bit hoarse. I'm just getting back my voice. So I'm there cutting and folding. I'm not gonna use but the mixer. Back then, when our grandparents used to use bake cake, they didn't have any mixer at the time. So all they had was a wooden spoon. I put some vanilla in it, guys. I'm gonna use some almond essence also. And a little wine. It's not much. That is not much at all. That's a little wine. You can add some burnt sugar to it if you want. Or you can put fancy molasses. I'm gonna put there. I'm adding the browning. I'm not gonna use a lot of browning either, because sometimes the browning tends to make the cake a bit bitter. But some people like to use them, just like when the cake is black. For me, it doesn't matter. So I don't use a lot of browning. The color doesn't matter to me. It's the taste for me. So I'm cut and fold. So I'm finished mixing, guys. I went ahead and butter my containers, which I'm not gonna use all of those, but definitely the muffins are my tester. Here I'm pouring it out in the muffin tin. The kids going to have a great time with that. And my daughter, she's waiting for the tin. Every time I bake cake, she wait for the tin, because she just want to sit and she just eat out the what's left in the container. And a lot of us used to do that. So it's not just my daughter. I know I used to do it so back then, but now it's the kids' fun to do so. I think I put too much in that one, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna put what's left in this. And this is my daughter's best part, the container, like I said before. And these are my cake. They look so nice. I'm gonna add some wine to it. Normally you could put some wine and rum together. So I'm gonna put the wine alone on the hot cake to give it a little more flavor. It don't have to have any shine. It don't have to have any shine. Just the taste and flavor, that's what counts for me. My son wants to help as usual. It's his time now. He's not feeling well either, so my daughter helping the first half, he's helping in this part. Look at my cake, guys. It tastes so good. It's not too dry and it's not too wet. That's how I love it. Bye, guys.